Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
And hello again, and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside Tripp Isenhour, longtime Tour pro. We've had more intense days in the sport, but I kind of enjoyed this. This is Pro-Am Day at the PNC Championship down in Florida. The first, second rounds over the weekend, but this was good.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know what's so great? When you get the great champions of the game together, especially with their family, they're lighthearted. You know what they do? They share wisdom. And there was a lot of wisdom shared in that Pro-Am. And pay attention. Yeah, we're going to have some of those great interviews now. A couple of the highlights today. So the teams that you'll see this weekend were sort of broken up just for the purposes of the Pro-Am today. And here is Will McGee. His mom is Annika Sorenstam, and Will's kind of stolen the show the last couple of years. This is where he steals it on the greens, Rich.
Yeah, he's 14 years old, and he demonstrated good touch the last couple of years. Remember, when you were that age, you see it, hit it, and hold it. All right, Steve Stricker and his daughter Izzy, who plays at Wisconsin. Here's Strix. Had some injury issues this year. He's so good with his club.
Strix with a wedge. Pay attention.
And now Matt Kuchar with his son Cameron is a good young player. He's going to be at TCU fall of 2026.
Horn to Frog. He had a great junior season this last summer, and the affable Kuchar gave us the same wave as his dad. Where's that come from?
Yeah. This is nice to see. Gary Woodland and his dad, Dan, they both have faced significant health scares in the last couple of years, have come through it, so you know just how grateful they are to be here enjoying this weekend.
Yeah, Gary said he thought about it when he won the U.S. Open that he got to play in this tournament.
Team Langer, Bernard and Jason, they're looking for, 3 in a row. They beat Tiger and Charlie last year in that playoff. Bernard made the eagle in the first extra hole. Tiger and Charlie, by the way, not playing this year because Tiger just came through that back surgery. And Bernard's 68 years old and still going, highly competitive. Nelly Korda, back with her dad, Peter, was an outstanding tennis player in his day.
Absolutely, and Nelly Korda, hard to believe she didn't win this season on the LPGA Tour, but she can still win with her dad. And wouldn't that be a nice way to cap off 2025?
Yeah. All right, so some of the tee times for tomorrow. Ali Trevino, he's played in all 28, 17th with his son Daniel. And Mark and Sean, they've been fixtures, both Daniel and Sean in the clothing business. And then Stuart and Reagan Sink. Reagan caddied for his dad a couple of years on PGA Tour champions, a little bit on the PGA Tour. He now works for Delta. And Jim and his guy Tanner. Luke Leonard is a freshman playing golf at Villanova. Jacob Immelman plays at Clemson. Good player, isn't he, Tripp?
Oh, he is indeed. And we'll see. I think the Immelmans could be tough to beat this weekend.
The Loves are back. They've won it twice. VJ and Cass won it a few years ago. It's a scramble format. 28 under made that playoff last year. Padraig and Potty. Potty's gotten better. And we saw Steve and Izzy. All right, at 11:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Annika and Will, and then Gary and Dan at 11:33. Coverage on the networks of Golf Channel and NBC Peacock will have a hand in it as well over the weekend. We think the Team Kuchar will have a crack at this. The Dailies have won it, and they're back. And, you know, John still has enough distance, and little John, JD2, can really move it. He plays for Arkansas. He's an outstanding player.
Absolutely.
Always good to have Freddie, his stepson, Hunter Hahnemann. And they're out just before noon Eastern Time on Saturday. And then the Langers, overall, Bernard's going for a 7th title. And David and Brady Duval, that's a formidable team. So, we talked about what a fun day this is. You know, Steve and John Wood caught up with some of the players and talking about a range of subjects. Bones caught up with Tom Lehman, who's now 66. And Tom had a really good tip on keeping some pop in the bat as you get a little bit older.
What I'm working on now strictly, completely, the only thing is trying to keep my head still when I make a backswing. That's it. You know, and it seems really basic because it is.
Yes.
But when I do that, then the path of the swing ends up being pretty much like it used to be. You know, so instead of trying to generate power moving off, I feel like I just try to keep my head right over the ball and make a swing.
There it is, flush draw.
Yeah.
That's what we came looking for.
Yeah, so that's
what that is. And here's Tom's son, Sean. He's a senior at Cal Poly. He's on the golf team out there, scoring average of about 76. Good-looking swing, Tripp.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That ball's not curving as much as his dad just did, but they could be a team to watch out for.
He's a great athlete. He was a football player at Notre Dame Prep in Scottsdale. This is from 2019. And check this out. He's going to go.
Wow. That's got some speed. Look at that.
I'm not a scout, but looked like he could have played somewhere.
Amen.
They love sports, no doubt about it. Now, Padraig Harrington. We all love listening to Paddy on a range of subjects. Here's Padraig on the benefits of once in a while, don't we all, saying the hell with the diet.
I just figured out I like playing golf, I enjoy it, and I cut out quite a bit of the stuff that I just didn't like doing. So I still train, but I'm not in there doing, I'm not as disciplined. To be honest, as I played better, I started going back to the old bad habits of trying harder. So I don't try as hard. I'm not as disciplined with my diet. You know, I always tell this story. I was out with my friends playing a game of golf and it was raining, so we headed into the halfway hut. I had a flat white and a donut, and I went out and shot 28 for the next 9 holes. So, like, you know,
what's a flat white, by the way,
like
for those
coffee,
of us? Oh,
like caffeine. I didn't drink caffeine when I was in my heyday. You know, my diet was, I didn't eat burgers or chips. I was like, you know, everything was about the golf. Now everything is about enjoying the golf, and the golf is, you know, follows after that. So another way of, back in the day, if the lad said, hey, we're going for dinner at 8 o'clock, I'd be going, you know, I've got physio, I've got to go to the gym, I've got to do this. Now if the lad said we're going for dinner at 8 o'clock, everything is dropped, I'm going for dinner at 8 o'clock because I need to enjoy the lifestyle.
Paddy's got it right, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, you know, he was very disciplined. I got to know Padraig over the years and actually been to dinner with him a couple of times when he was playing, and he was very strict about that diet. And I couldn't tempt him with the other stuff, but he is. It just shows you the discipline that these great champions have, and how you know, strict they are in staying within the boundaries. And you know, it's totally different than it was back in the heyday. Some of my first days playing professionally.
You and I both know you're on the road and you go to dinner and you're trying to be disciplined, you're trying to be good, and then you look at that menu and it says salmon with balsamic reduction, which is 12-ounce fillet. Which way you go? Which way you get?
And
very
then
quickly, very quickly, you get a case of the hell with it.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
I deserve this one.
Of course.
Freddie Couples chatted with Steve Sands about Scottie Scheffler.
I bet everything I have it's there. One thing about Scottie, and there are a lot of them, but Scottie off the course is as good as he is on the course. And why I say that is so is Jack Nicklaus, so is a lot of other people. But he's going to carry the game. Is he flamboyant? He's this and that? No, but you do it by your ball striking. And what has he won? You see he's won 14 times in the last...
19 times.
19 times with majors. Scottie Scheffler is a very, very special player. He's got an unbelievable short game. If you really watch it, you go in the old days and you'd say, is Tiger Woods not going to get this up and down? And he gets it up and down. Really, from this slide, Tiger Woods. Now it's Scottie Scheffler. He's magic around the greens, and he's one of our better ball strikers. So there's how you get 19 wins. But he is not going to slow down.